Candace, did we notify the media?
We did.
Thank you. And I do declare that we have a quorum with 6 of 7 board members present. We will need approval of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that's approved. And I do want to welcome everyone tonight, and I want to go around and do our Tell Me Something Good. Mike, do you want to start?
I like the rain. We need some.
Perfect.
That's my something. I'm thankful for the rain. I don't have to water my flowers tonight.
Very good.
All right, my something good will be today is my 30th wedding anniversary with my bride, Michelle.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic. My Tell Me Something Good is I got to spend last week at church camp with 61 of our youth from our church and then some friends too. So that was fun. Mr. Gardner?
Well, yesterday we were at Brooklyn Baptist Church in Columbia, South Carolina, and we were recognized for our 50th anniversary joining our fraternity.
Oh, wow.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
50.
Fantastic.
My something good is my 5 kids got together and just made Father's Day just a really special day for me. So thanks to my 5 kids and just making me feel very, very special yesterday.
My something good is it's been a great summer so far. Good weather and good times.
Very good. And we have one more little thing. I'm going to see if Mr. Frady will play a short video for us.
Mariel. Look, I am so excited for you for your retirement. I'm not happy about it, but I'm excited for you. I'm looking forward to the day when I can do the same. You will be greatly missed. Please do not be a stranger. Come visit your nurses.
Congratulations, Jody. Been great working with you. I really hate to see you go, but I'm happy for you. Jealous you get out of here before me. Take care of yourself.
Dr. Penland, congratulations, sir, on your retirement. A job well done. It's been a pleasure working with you. I've enjoyed learning from you. I've enjoyed the hospitality that you've shown since I stepped into this particular role. So I wish you the best and congratulations again.
Congratulations, Dr. Penland, on your retirement. We are grateful for all you have done to our district staff and the teachers. I wish and pray that you have a wonderful retirement, and please come and see us. Thank you.
I'm so jealous of all the fun you're fixing to have, and I'm so sad for us, but enjoy your retirement. It's well deserved.
Congratulations, Dr. Penland, on your retirement. Thank you for everything you've done for the students and the staff of Lawrence School District 55. You will be missed. Congratulations.
Hey, Dr. P, this is Jackson. You know who I am, but man, I just want to say happy retirement. You deserve it, man. I know the work you put into the district, and I know how much you love the kids, and I know how much you love this area, love the community, and you're one of my mentors, man. I look up to you, and I'm just thankful I got to be even a small part of your story.
Congratulations, Dr. Penland. I sure will miss you.
Hey, Dr. Penland, I want to say congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Just remember we're here, and you can come visit anytime. We will miss you.
Hey, Jody, we are going to miss you. This place will not be the same without you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Love you. Bye.
Congratulations, Dr. Penland. I am so excited for you on your retirement. What I'm going to miss most is having those conversations with you about money and my ability to buy extra shoes. So when you're out enjoying yourself and you hear something about our school district, I want you to think, I bet Chris Hill is worried about how she's going to buy some more shoes. It has been my pleasure to work with you over the years. I loved how easy it was to talk to you about any and everything. And I also appreciated all your support, especially for our guidance department. Enjoy your retirement.
Congratulations, Dr. Penland, on your retirement. Neighbor Day, I got ya.
Dr. Penland is a great man. He has a great sense of humor, and he has great hair.
Hi, Mr. Penland. This is Kennedy. I just wanted to congratulate you on your retirement. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy all of the kids' meals you want in the near future.
Hey JD, we're gonna miss you. You have been a great boss and friend, and my granddaughter's gonna miss her little carrot-flavored suckers. Good luck.
Congratulations on your retirement. We are going to really miss you, and don't forget about us. Love you.
If I could describe Dr. Penland in 2 words, I would use servant leader. He always puts others ahead of himself, and he exemplifies empathy, trust, and a commitment to serving this community. Dr. Penland, congratulations. Thank you for all of your service, all that you have done to help all of us. You will be greatly missed.
What's he working on? No, I wasn't thinking anything like this. So
Top
it's
secret
good. Yes.
stuff. Surprise! And now, if you will join me, and I will lead us in pledge. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now, Mr. Jenkins, will you lead us in prayer?
I'll be glad to. Let's pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, I just want to first acknowledge you as our God and our Savior and our Lord. We've gathered here in this place to work through some of the business of the school district, and I'm asking your presence and your wisdom and insight for each one of us as we direct the school district, and just bless this evening and bless this district. In your son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Now, we have on our agenda to approve the minutes for the April 27th board meeting, the May 18th work session and board meeting, and the June 4th special called meeting. If we could get a motion.
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Thank you, thank you. Any discussions? All those in favor of approving the minutes for the April 27th, May 18th work session and board meeting, and the June 4th special call meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. And now we'll turn it over to Dr. Penland.
All right. As part of my district update this month, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege to reflect on my last 31 years. I would first like to thank Henry Simmons and Wanda Isaac for taking a chance on me by giving me my first teaching job in Clinton at Martha Dendy Middle School. Then Dr. Rosemary Wicker hired me as a mathematics specialist for the Upper Savannah STEM Center. She allowed me to gain leadership capabilities and let me to grow and provide professional development for 10 school districts, one of those districts being Lawrence 55. Then my Lawrence 55 stint started here. Back in January of 2003, under Dr. Taylor, for several years I was able to learn and glean from Billy Strickland, Mr. Short, Miss Nancy Thompson, and Mary Fortune, who took me under their wing and provided me with a lot of historical perspective of the district. In Lawrence 55, I've had the opportunity to serve as a math specialist, a math science coordinator, professional development coordinator, district testing and accountability coordinator, director of federal programs, assistant superintendent for student services, and now finishing up my career as superintendent. Lawrence 55 has not just been a career or a job, but Lawrence 55 is family. There are too many people to thank individually right now. I just have to say to this community, as I have run into you over the last couple of weeks, you have been nothing but encouraging, and I greatly appreciate all you have, all who showed up tonight, and all of your kind words. To this district office staff, Candace, and especially Mama Gary, who calls me every morning at 7 a.m. to see what I want for breakfast. This office's support and friendship have meant the world to me. The school and staff administrative teams have been amazing with the support they have given me over the years. I have worked with several boards, and over the years, I just want to thank you and all of them for the opportunity to serve here in Lawrence. However, I cannot finish my career without thanking my parents for instilling in me the work ethic and the care for people. I would not have learned this without them raising me in a godly home. I also have to thank my wife, Michelle, and my boys. Two things have happened on this date, June 22nd. 30 years ago today, I married my bride, and as of today, this will be my last board meeting. I could not have made it through this without the struggles and the weight of this job, without my wife, her discernment, and her prayers. I also have to thank my boys, Caleb and Luke, who have endured 24/7 phone calls and me not being present, even though I am there in body. When I told them I was retiring, I had no idea how happy they would be for me. There's a saying God put on my heart, and I used it during our retirement dinner. If your presence doesn't make an impact, your absence won't make a difference. I pray I haven't made an impact on Lawrence 55, because I know Lawrence 55 has made an impact on me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Penland.
Now I get to go into the rest. That's it. All right, so next item on the agenda will be our calendar committee. I've kind of shared this before in the last couple of meetings. We have had several meetings to develop the calendar with Lawrence 55, Lawrence 56. The three calendars we looked at were a modified, a traditional, and a modified with 2-week breaks. We did do this parent survey and staff survey. This was presented for first reading last month. And if you go ahead and click, left my clicker. And so you can see that 63 to 65% were in favor of this calendar. Whenever we looked at that, we did have 717 respondents. Clinton had about 70% in favor with the same. They are presenting their calendar for second reading this month also. Go ahead. And so we are presenting for second reading this calendar. There have been several questions about why the 2 weeks don't work, why would that work. Whenever we first did this calendar back probably 4 years ago, there was kind of the perfect storm whenever you looked at the way the weekends fell, and it was allowed us to actually put in 2 weeks of break in the fall, 2 weeks of break in the spring, but that's also when we had ESSER money that we could provide the additional academic recovery and bring some summer school days up into the mid-year. We don't have that funding anymore, so that's why we went back to the 1 week break and also included our makeup days tied to Thanksgiving break. So in the fall of 2027, we would have a week break in October. We'd also have the week of November, Thanksgiving. We'd have a 2 week break at Christmas, then we'd have a week break at spring break. And this also includes your orange days in there, which are early release days. Any questions on this calendar, but this would be for approval for this second reading.
Do you want to have any questions on the calendar? All right. So Dr. Penland needs us to approve the 27-28 school calendar. If we could get a motion for that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the 27-28 school calendar as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, calendar passes.
All right, the next item on the agenda for board operations, number 1, 2, and 3, I'd like to see if we want to do those all together. Policy GCK, professional staff assignments and transfers. Policy BEDA, board meeting notification. And policy BEDB, board agenda. All three of these are up for second reading. We had first reading last time. Does anybody have any questions or need me to go over any one of those policies specifically, or we can approve those for second reading?
All right, if there are no questions, we could get a motion to approve all three of those policies in one motion.
Wait, let me back up.
What?
I have a question. I had said before that this is a board meeting, okay? Notification to board members.
Are you on which are you on the DED?
Yes,
Okay.
DEDA. And it say the superintendent or his designee will distribute notice to each regular meeting of the board with agenda and supporting material to board members. But I'm saying it's our meeting, so why aren't we taking control of that instead of giving to the superintendent? Because the board meeting is a meeting where the superintendent reports to us.
So, honestly, that is really how it's been since I've started. So if there's something we should change about that, I'm open to discussing that. But that is something where when we distribute notice, you know, Candace is an arm of the board and that she is the board secretary as well. So I still see it coming from the board because she is sending it to all of us because she's the one gathering the details from the DO, but then she's also notifying the media as well. But if we need to look at something different.
Well, I mean, this is notification.
Yeah, it's just a note. That's all I was
It's
gonna
just
say.
a notification.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's just a notification. So with her having the media contacts and all the contacts here, she's that liaison as the board secretary to go between the DO and us and the media.
So to me, this one puts the ownership of notifying of our board meetings to the public and make sure the community is aware of it. Puts the ownership on the superintendent or the designee.
Well, and keep in mind that particular part of the policy has been that way since at least 25 or 16 when the last two adoptions were. The two things that were changed here are the time in which it has communicated versus it saying before the fourth Monday if possible. It says on the Tuesday preceding the regular scheduled meeting.
Let me just ask this, would it help if we change the word designee to administrative assistant to the board? So that would still leave the responsibility in our office, but it would be specifically Candace or the superintendent.
Right,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Well, if we want to do these separately then, we can just approve all three of them separately. And then we can approve that one with an amendment for your language. Okay. So we can do the two easy ones first, and we'll go ahead and do a motion for GCK and BEDB.
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, all those in favor, well, any questions regarding policy GCK or policy BEDB? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of approving policy GCK and policy BEDB, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so those are. And then Mr. Carpenter, if you want to make the motion for the BEDA with your language change, we can go from there.
Well, I want to make a motion that we remove the designee to Ms. Branham, the board correspondent.
And we'll put in, may we use board secretary or,
Yes.
Okay, instead of the name? Okay.
Right.
That's good.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Point of clarification, that will be all points where it says designee in that policy, correct? I think there was 3 areas.
Yes, that would be
Okay.
great, thank you. All right, so our motion would be to approve policy BEDA with the language change of designee to board secretary throughout the policy. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Passes.
All right, number 4 on the board operations is community eligibility provision. Each year we have to recertify as a district that we would be willing to accept the funds for community eligibility. That is the Food Nutrition National School Lunch Program that provides all of our kids with free breakfast and free lunch. So that is just up for discussion, but also the board must annually review eligibility. All of our schools are eligible, and also request for a resolution to state that we would be in favor of continuing the CEP program for our district. and that would be board action. And we have included policy EF for your reference in there. There is not a change to the policy. It is just a resolution to continue that we would accept the CEP funds.
All right, any questions? All right, if we could get a motion to approve the community eligibility provision.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, thank you. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the community eligibility provision, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
All right, our next item on the agenda is finance and operations, is the fiscal watch update. You know, last month we did go through and approve the submission of our plan that we did receive on June the 3rd or somewhere shortly thereafter, the acceptance of our plan for the recovery plan for fiscal watch, the letter that they said that they appreciate, the comprehensive plan that provides a clear timeline aligned with timely submission of the district's annual audit, and it also states the South Carolina Department of Education will be in contact with the district to arrange technical assistance. And so we did receive that. That was included in your packet for information. Any questions on that recovery plan update?
Yeah, help me understand too, when with that recovery plan, and once we fulfill that plan and the state says you're no longer off fiscal watch, that can't happen until 27 though, right?
What they say is that you cannot stay on it for, you can't come off the same year you went on.
Right.
So we are finishing 1 year, and we're about to go into another school year.
So
it could be physically, possible once we submit our audit in November that we could come off in December or
So
January.
it's a fiscal year, not the physical year.
That is right. It is a fiscal year.
Thank you for that clarity.
Yep.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Ms. London.
And if I could also make a comment about the fiscal watch. I had the call with the Moody's Bond Rating Services last week, and they did follow up with me to let me know that our bond rating is not changing.
Okay,
So
good.
I wanted to share that good news with you also.
Good, thank you.
So I'm here to present the monthly financials for the month of May. We have our cash balance with the treasurer as of the end of May of $8,314,477. That's in comparison with $13,534,502 at this time last year. I researched the account activity, and it's the same thing that I've explained in previous times, where the May 2025 $3 million payment for payroll was not taken out until June 1st, and then for this year, the May was taken out before the end of the month. So if you look at our year-to-date net income as of the end of May 2026, we have net income of $4,005,222. So I want to also clarify that we have 1 month remaining in the year, but that 1 month will also include some cash payments that we'll be paying in July and August, but those payments will be accrued back as of June 30th. So we're on a cash basis, accounting as of the moment, but we're going to have a little more expenditures during the month of June because, for example, we pay teachers 180 days, but their checks are spread out through the year. So it's not the whole school year. So their checks start in August when they start working, and they're spread throughout a 12-month period. So they're getting paid still in July for time that they worked as of the end of June 30th. So those expenditures will be accrued back. So our expenditures may be a little more in June. So I just want to put that out there. Any questions about that accrual process and how that works? So in comparison with this time last year, we were at $2,858,622. Our tax collections for the month of May 26 were at $1,144,102. In comparison with this time last year, the month of May last year was $1,032,420. So, any questions about our cash flow? Looking at our budget to actual revenues, as of the end of May, we were at $55,764,834. So we've collected about 93% of what we're expecting to collect. Want to also point out that I have sent the bills to Lawrence School District 56 for use of the Joe Adair Center, Lawrence Prep Academy, and the adult education that they reimburse us for, that we share costs with them on that.
I have a question about the revenues.
Yes, ma'am.
Under the local revenues, it's showing that we received a total of $563,000 more than expected that was budgeted. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, and it's mostly due to up there, the second line, our FILO number.
Mm-hmm.
We budgeted 1.6 million, but so far this year we've actually gotten over 2 million.
Okay, so with that being said, will this money go into our fund balance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If we have excess total revenues over expenditures, it will go into fund balance.
Okay.
Any other questions about our revenue? Looking at our expenditures, for the end of May, year-to-date, are coming in at $51,759,413. So our goal remaining is 8.33%, but we're actually have a remaining amount of 13%. So we're coming in good with our expenditures, and we did get the payments made to the County of Lawrence for the police security bill that they had not billed us yet, so we got 3 quarters at once. So we got those paid during the month of May. Any other questions there? Okay, so moving on to our budget presentation. I've put together a slide. Here we go. So I hope everybody can see that slide. Oh goodness, sorry about that. So I'm here tonight to present the 26-27 general fund budget. So I'm talking tonight about the presentation that I'm doing at the moment includes a 4.4 mil increase, and I'm going to talk at the end about the budget with no increase. So our projected general fund revenues, we are requesting a 3.10% increase. When we look at our taxes, we are estimating $15,125,000 in taxes for the year. That includes 171.9 mills. The amount of FILO we're expected to get is going to be a 22% increase over last year, and other local revenue is 0.25%. When looking at our state revenues, this is the money we get allocated from for state allocation for state aid to classroom. And if you look at all of these categories together and then put together the EIA formula, we're getting a lot, only like $46,000 more over the previous year. The federal revenues we get is for the JROTC program, and we're expecting a 2.17% increase over last year. So total revenue we're expecting to come in at 3.1 million. I'm sorry, 3.10%. Sorry about that. Looking on to the projected general fund expenditures, we are projecting a 3.05% increase in salary and wages, 4.24% in employee benefits, 0.97% increase in purchase services, 1.22% in supplies and materials, no increase in capital outlay, and a decrease in 1.09%. And that brings us to 3.10% change increase over the prior year. So looking at the pie chart here, if you look at the orange and the blue part of the pie, you will see that it accounts for about 84% of our total budget, just salary and fringes alone. So summary of revenue items included in this budget. We're only receiving an increase of $47,180 in state aid to classroom for the 26-27 year. We are asking for an operating millage of 171.9 mils. This would bring in ad valorem taxes in the amount of $15,125,000. And for our school district, the value of a mill is approximately $88,100. We are expecting an increase in Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 homestead exemptions of $306,021. Expenditures items included in this budget are a step increase and 2% increase for support staff, a step increase and 2% raise for school-based administrative staff, and a 2% increase for employees not on a pay scale. In order for this to occur, we plan to move one position out of the general fund and charge it to a state fund. This includes a step increase and $2,000 increase in each cell for teachers. This is mandated by the state, and this accounts for $898,186 of the salary increase. This includes an increase in student services to fund contract support services, and we continue to incur costs with school security, janitorial services, and maintenance services. So our balanced budget will come in at $61,621,181. So I want to go over what's the allowable operating millage for our school district, and this is just information purposes for you all. The caveat to our school district is we have an equalization agreement with Lawrence 55, so that's going to really limit our school district to increase our millage only 2.63%. But I am going to walk through the millage increase calculation for our school district. So the consumer price index is 2.63%, and population growth for our school district is 2.66%. So added those two items together, that comes to 5.29%. This is the allowable amount of tax millage we can increase. So our operating millage rate is 167.5, so we can possibly raise our millage as much as 8.8 mils for this school year. If we have an estimated value of a mill at $88,100, the mill cap increase, we could budget as much as $775,280. That would be a possibility for our school district, but we're only asking for 4.4. with operating millage, you can go back and what's called the look-back mills. So we can go back to the prior 3 years and recapture the millage that we did not utilize those 3 years, and that comes to 17.6 mills. So like I said, this is information purposes only. We are in equalization with Lawrence 56, so we keep our millage the same. They are asking for a 4.4% mill increase, and so we are asking for the same. So on the next slide, it shows what the tax effect of a 4.4 millage increase would be to the taxpayer. So a 4% owner-occupied property that's valued, I just put a value of $200,000 in there, it's not going to have any effect on the taxpayer because of Act 388, owner-occupied residents cannot be taxed for school operating purposes. We're not talking about debt service, but for general operations. So the general fund cannot collect taxes for owner-occupied properties. Non-owner occupied properties, such as rental properties, apartment homes. So if the property value was at $200,000, it would cost the taxpayer $52.80. Commercial properties with a 10.5% rate, if the property value is $500,000, it would cost the taxpayer $231. For vehicles at a 6.6 rate, a $30,000 value vehicle, it would cost $7.92.
So I just make sure I understand.
Yeah.
For your average person out there that's looking at this increase, if it's voted in, really they're just talking about on their vehicle. Because if I own a house here, that's not going to increase my taxes on my house.
If you live in it and that's your primary resident.
You're not going to, right. I'm just talking about homeowners.
Right.
Which most people are out there.
Right.
But I will be taxed on my vehicle.
Yes, your vehicle.
And I have 8 of those, so yeah, so it gets they're not worth $30,000. I'm just going to say that
then
right
you're
now.
getting off good.
So I would not. Okay, so we're not talking a lot of, for each individual. It's not a big ton. Okay.
No. But I just wanted to give a picture of what
Right,
it
and
would
I appreciate
cost.
that.
Yeah, what it
very
would
much.
cost. So if you have 3 vehicles valued at $10,000, it's going to cost you $7.92. So that just kind of gives the community a little perspective of.
And I appreciate that. Puts everything in perspective here. We're not talking about. We're not bringing. No one's going to be thousands of dollars out of their pocket for this. Okay.
Not for our school district. So the last slide I have to present is what we could do if there was no millage increase. We're still going to get the $47,000 from the state. We're going to keep the operating mills of 167.5. So we would expect to collect taxes of an approximately the amount of $14,500,000. No millage increase would consider removal of approximately 6 positions from the general fund. And when I talk about removing positions, I'm not talking about firing 6 people. I'm talking about maybe we could reclass them to another fund if we're able. I'm talking about if we could eliminate some positions possibly through attrition. If someone retires or resign, possibly we could maybe break that job into, and share it between different people. The no millage increase still keeps the step increase and 2% increase for support staff. It's a step increase and 2% raise for school-based administrative staff. That's your principals and your assistant principals. And it's a 2% increase for employees that are not on a pay scale. it also includes this is required, the step increase and 2,000 increase in each cell for teachers. And so that mandate still accounts for $898,186 of the salary increase. So does anyone have any questions for me?
One thing that we talked about at our last meeting, and I know there's been communication on this today, so I was expecting to hear something or see a different budget number related to salaries, because we had talked about allowing principals and APs to also have that 2% increase. Is that included in here?
So yes, so when I talk about, so when we looked at that, when my original plan was to do just the step, and then when we gave them the 2% and the step, it equated to about $54,000. So that's when I put in, so if we want to do that, we can move one position out of the general fund to accommodate that $54,000 raise.
Okay, and so you're saying in doing that, you would still keep the budget at either 61 million or 59.7?
Right, and we would just make a plan to move the fund to a state revenue fund.
Okay.
And based on how y'all approved today, that one page for the salary scale for administrators would need to be updated.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's not updated in your packet would be the pay scale page for the administrators.
All right, I don't want y'all to throw tomatoes at me, but I also want to talk about the supplement list. So there was some back and forth related to our athletic supplements at the high school. So Dr. Penland had shared some concerns and some things that had been going on from there with the Finance Committee just in the last day or so, or maybe over the weekend. So in looking at that, and if I've gotten something wrong here, please correct me, but from what I understand, the supplements and the reasons that we were never able to connect the dots from here's what our list says to here's what someone's getting paid is because what people are getting paid aren't necessarily what's on our list. Because what has been happening is for years the AD takes the total amount of athletic supplements for the high school and divides those out or assigns those as needed at his discretion in discussion with coaches and Coach Compton and those sort of things. So we've never paid exactly what's on that list, exactly how it's shown, and that's why the things didn't match, the numbers didn't match when we were trying to reconcile that. So keeping that in mind, it's my understanding that there's already been some individuals hired and have already been told your supplement will be X, and if we approve the supplement list as listed, then their supplement would be reduced by what they were promised to come to our district.
So the list that I kind of shared out last year, football, and the main issue is with football supplements. Everything else kind of lined up correctly. Excuse me. So last year there were 16 positions for coaches. This year he has asked for 14 positions, but leaving the amount allocated to football the same amount, just being able to kind of regroup and reclassify who's coaching what positions and that type of thing. So what I'd sent out was the kind of recommendation that's coming from AD in football with the 14 positions where the packet that you have has the 16 positions. So that was kind of, and I didn't know how we wanted to address that tonight, if that needs to come back in August to say, yes, let's amend the supplement list based on X, Y, Z. If you say, no, this is already too far gone, we're gonna stick with what we had, or if we can go ahead and make that amendment to the 14 positions versus the 16.
Well, in trying to think through this, if we lock in the supplement list now, as the AD has recommended.
Right.
Okay, that means come January, if there's turnover, if someone leaves, if he wants to bring someone else in, and if a coach coming in has more experience than the coach that's leaving, he might want to offer that person additional supplement versus, or he might want to offer that person the full $4,000 supplement versus a $3,000 supplement. But once we lock that list in, that's not going to give any flexibility for them to be able to do that. So I was going to recommend that we approve the total, which it was sent to me today. The total, the total for the athletic supplements at the high school is $231,227. And the sheet that you sent,
And
it
that-
was
is
only a
that-
PDF, so I couldn't add it up.
Is that just coaches?
That is all athletic supplements at the high school. So that would be the trainers, the coaches, the people that are handling South Carolina High School League qualifications or eligibility. So I wonder if we need to approve that total number, that total bucket, and then allow the AD to disperse that as needed. And from what I understand, he's never there's never been an overspend on our supplement list.
They know
from
to
the
stay
high school.
within the budget.
Yeah,
And so that's
yeah.
what they've tried to do in the past is, as those changes are needed to make, as long as they have stayed under budget, that's what they have felt like that they were allowed to do. And if we are able to say that with this budget, then I know what Leanne is wanting to do with position control for a lot of these supplements, that would be locked in, but there might be one more step that we have to do if that changes mid-year. But that would be something that we could still run reports on to be able to say, this person's tied to this amount, which is tied to this budget.
Because that plan still works, it's just that this year, the defensive line coach may be getting a supplement of $3,000, and next year, somebody new with more experience comes in and they're getting $4,000. So that amount would just change, but the total supplement list would change. And I'm just gonna say this out in public as well. I think it's crazy that the AD is not the highest paid supplement on the list, quite frankly.
I agree.
So
I found that surprising as well.
yeah.
And I know a couple of years ago, he took part of his supplement so that he could stay under budget and gave back. So, I mean, he is very frugal with what he does and wants to make sure that we're providing for the athletics, and he has actually taken a hit himself. So, a lot of kudos to Tommy and everything he does.
So that is my recommendation regarding the athletic supplements for the high school.
And I want to make sure I understand.
But-
So just for flexibility, we would approve a total and allow the AD to divvy that up. And so we would not need to worry about
The individual
approving
line
individual slots with a value on that. Because that would
Not
make it.
for the high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, but for
not
the middle
for the-
school, we would keep it the way it is because we don't want the cheerleading coach at Hickory Tavern to make more or less than the cheerleading coach at Lawrence Middle.
Okay, so
So this
thank
would
you for
be
clarity.
the flexibility of those coaches moving in and out at the high school.
Okay.
So I do think that would be the way to go there. the other piece related to the budget that I wanted to talk about, because, and I know auditor selection is next on the list. We probably should have put that ahead of, the budget discussion. But for our auditor,
I'm sorry, can I just ask, one other question come to me. Where do the supplements, do they come out of the salaries line item, or is there a dedicated line item for?
I think that is a 100
It's in the
salary
salaries
account.
line.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I just want to make sure came out of that. Okay, thank you.
you know, and with that, once those were set and everything was signed off on, then we would know the supplements for that year because it would be coded in the system. The AD
Yeah.
would have had assigned them all. So we would be able to see a complete list. It just won't necessarily be this list anymore. Like, that will shift. So, and I'm trying not to be frustrated over the 8 years of talking about that. So the other thing, for the auditor selection, so, Ms. London had sent the Finance Committee a couple of different options for auditors. We have talked, and based on the information that we've received and the fact that that would be an increase in our audit line, and considering we're under financial stress anyway, we are not, the Finance Committee does not recommend that we change auditors at this point. We would like to see us go through a smooth year with our current auditor, and see how things go. And then if this is a conversation we need to have next year, then we would certainly be open to that. But I don't feel like, I don't think you were put in a position to have a cordial working relationship with the auditor because it was, you know, you were thrown into the fire as soon as you got here to work on that. And I would, the Finance Committee recommendation is to continue for 1 year at least with our current auditor. So, so that portion of the budget we could hopefully take back down to prior.
That Finance Committee, you and you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Me, Tabitha, and Chip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So,
Ms. London provided some numbers for us for, you know, replacing the auditor and increases in the next year, and we just thought it would be better just to wait and let's get through another year here and make sure we're all on track before we took a serious look at changing our auditor.
Well, I think that's good because that's what we asked for when we formed the committee.
yeah.
Yeah.
And without it coming to the board, then.
Now, with that, we will, and we'll continue with the fund, but we'll continue with our budget discussion, and then move into the auditor selection, because we do have to vote on that and approve it. I know that I know that we're gonna keep the same auditor for the year, but because of our improvement plan that we have given to the State Department, it states that the board approves the auditor. So I do think we need a vote on that, and then that could be reported to the state, as that is one thing that we have checked off our to-do list.
And as you mentioned, that is a deadline of July 1st, so doing it this month
Right.
is what we need.
Right, so that we have to do it this month in order to be able to make that deadline, so. All right, so now we can go back to the budget discussion, and I guess I'll just open it up. Anybody have questions? Is there a direction that anyone wants to go with to discuss, because we do have a millage increase and a non-millage increase sitting in front of us, so.
Yeah, and I'll just throw something out. Just knowing that there's going to be a new property assessment that the county's doing, that means everybody in the county is going to get an increase. And without knowing what those values are, part of me says that this is not the time to do any other increases, even though a lot of these aren't going to be impacted. by a typical house owner, but there is going to be some increases that are coming through the county. And part of me says, if there's a way for us from a school district to keep from doing any kind of increases, then that would be my preferred path.
I agree. We live in a community that has very high poverty rates. And we have members in this community that are on fixed incomes. Everything is extremely expensive now. And while $7 may not be a lot for some people, for some it may be everything. And I think that if there is a way for us not to be able to raise taxes, I think that's the path that we need to go.
Do we know, I don't know the answer to this question, but do you know how many owner-occupied versus renters we have in Lawrence County?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't know that either. Just curious, but
You can find it out from the treasurer, guys.
yeah. I would suspect that there's a
I
good
think that
many
it would be,
rentals.
a high
And,
number.
and of course, if those landlords get an increase, that will be passed on to
Yeah.
those renters for sure.
We're facing hard times.
Yeah.
But at the same, on the other side of that coin, though, we do have a lot of development in the district. I'm concerned about how many families are going to come in and how many students we're going to see being educated in District 55, and we're not going to have. My fear is that we're going to run out of space. So eventually, we're going to have to take a serious look at how we're going to pay for a new school, specifically a new high school. So we know that there's going to be some rate increases that are coming in order to accommodate some of these increases and spending that we're going to have to face as a community. So I don't know. I think at this time, if we can hold off raising anything, I would say let's hold off.
Does this budget include the assessments that where property taxes will be going up from the county? Do you have numbers for that? Is that
We
included? or
were not
don't?
able to get good numbers
Okay.
from the county at this moment.
So there's still a possibility we could get more in taxes
It's a
based on.
possibility.
Okay.
Looking at my
I was going to say,
assessments.
looking at mine,
Look
it
at
should.
my assessments, you gonna get some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of
Same.
fact, they'll write me a check, I'll get my hat and go, if it's worth what they say it is. You ain't got yours yet?
I'm not.
Be prepared.
Right.
I got mine.
I got mine.
Your kids just hit it since it was Father's Day weekend.
You probably did.
You'll get it this week.
Don't open your mail.
Well, if we want to, if anyone would like to make a motion, and keep in mind with that motion, if you could include, notating that the, athletic supplements for the high school would be a lump sum instead of a breakout. So,
All right, I would like to make a motion that we accept the budget without the meal increase, and that our supplement would be a total amount, not an individual breakdown.
specifically for the high school.
Specifically for the high school, thank you.
I'll second.
Any additional discussion, questions? All right, all those in favor of approving the 26-27 general fund budget with no millage increase and with the lump sum breakout for the athletic supplements at the high school, please say aye.
Aye.
Wait,
I was gonna ask you, we back up a second.
okay. Wow.
I just want to hear from Ms. London. What do you think the feasibility there?
Excuse me, what was the question?
What do you think the feasibility of raising the taxes or not?
Well, I presented a 4.4 mil increase. But I also don't live in this community, so
She presented the 4.4, so that's.
Yeah.
But
But you're here
If
for the
we went with the
community, and you're here
4.4.
representing the community and the students.
Yeah.
So I'm here for, the, to advocate for the students and staff and people working here.
Okay. So if we did the 4.4, it'd make it better for the district.
Excuse me?
If we did the 4.4, it will make it easier for the district.
Yes, sir.
Now we know.
All right, Anthony, you got, well, like, we already voted, people said aye, I'm not real sure how you want me to rewind that.
And I do want to say, yes, I think that, yes, it would make it better for the district, but we also have to look at our community members as well. I think you have to look at the whole picture.
Sometimes the easiest way ain't the right way.
Mm.
True. So I will say this, so I voted, so I asked for who was in favor of. I will also say, is there any opposed? Okay, so we will, then the motion passes that we will approve our general fund budget with no millage increase and with the stipulation for the high school athletic supplements. So,
Ms. London, thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
I do appreciate all the
Appreciate it
time
very
and your
much.
recommendation.
Thank you.
And I hope this wasn't one of those, they're not listening to me, but we are listening to you. And
I know.
we
You're in a
appreciate your
tough-
leadership in
yeah.
this. This is not easy.
Yeah,
So
and you're
we
in a
really
tough
do.
place too.
Yeah.
You're in a tough place too. So
Thank you.
I
it
would
wasn't,
like-
it wasn't just me, it was my whole staff and, the procurement director, and it was a lot of people that had input in this to help me out. So I want to give thanks to them as well.
I would like to mention that we did have the budget hearing at 4 o'clock, and we did have 2 people show up, and that was the first time in 23 years that I remember, and it was a very good conversation
Yes, it
of
was.
just being able to find out the information, so I very much appreciate those 2 for coming.
Yes.
good, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
London. Like I said previously, we do need to actually take a vote on our auditor selection for the 26-27 school year to adhere to our deadline with the State Department. So we will need a motion to do that, and it can be as simple as just maintaining our current auditor.
I'll make a motion that we maintain our current auditor.
Second.
Any additional discussion or questions on that? Ms. Carpenter, any? All those in favor of maintaining our current auditor for the upcoming school year 26-27, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. And now, Ms. Branham has previously informed me that we do not have any public participation. So now we will need a motion to move into executive session.
I'll make a motion. We move to executive session.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of moving to executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we will go to executive session. 8:18, I will call us back to order, and we do have a few board action items from executive session. The first is our certified employee contracts, our letters of agreement, and our resignations. If we could get a motion, we can do all three of those in one motion.
I so move.
Second.
Any discussions or comments? All right, all those in favor of approving our certified employee contract list, our letters of agreement, and the resignations for the 26-27 school year, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then now we are going to move on to the discussion that we've had about naming our interim superintendent.
Yeah, I make a motion that we select Rhett Harris as our interim superintendent.
Second.
Any discussion or questions there? All right, all those in favor of appointing Dr. Rhett Harris as interim superintendent, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so Dr. Harris will be our interim superintendent, starting July 1. And, yeah, he couldn't be with us tonight. He's at a conference that was pre-scheduled, but he has agreed to take that role, so. All right. And with that, there is no further action needed on our agenda, so I will adjourn us. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.